So the BYD app has been out for a couple of weeks now, and a lot of people have been trialing different things, claiming that it can do this, it can't do that, and so on and so forth. So today we're going to put it to the test and find out once and for all what it really can and can't do. My name is Ed.
And I'm Talan, and this
Get back over here.
is Juic'd Garage.
Get back.
Shit.
Get back over here. Don't worry, we got our car back. So the first thing that I wanted to test when I first got the app was to see whether I'll be able to unlock the car remotely for someone to drive it. So for instance, if I'm ever away from the car and my family wanted to drive the car, I just wanted to see if I'm able to unlock the car from my end for them to be able to drive it and use the car. So at the moment, I'm quite far away from Talan and the car, and currently Talan doesn't have any key card or keys on him. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unlock the car. Okay, Talan. So I'm just going to unlock the car now.
Okay. Yeah, it's unlocked it.
So I'll get you to hop in and try and see if you can start the car and drive off.
Alright. So foot on the brake, pressing start. Oh, it's coming alive.
Awesome. So we'll get you to go for a drive.
Alright. Put my seatbelt on.
Around the block.
I mean, it seems to be working. God, how does he sit like this? There you go. Yeah, it's working really well, actually. I don't think we're gonna have any problems with it.
Yeah, just pulled into the car park. Okay, so the scenario now is you've finished driving my car. So what we'll get you to do is just to hop out.
Okay.
Turn the car off, hop out, and see if you can lock it and walk away.
Yeah, all right, we'll do. So, car's turned off, it's in park, handbrake's on. All right, hopping out. I'm just gonna press the button on the handle now. Yeah, car's locked itself.
Okay, and then see if you can unlock it again and drive it for the second time.
Alright. Now pressing the
button, but it won't unlock anymore.
Okay, so I guess that's a good thing. So what that means is if you do unlock the car for someone to drive it, once they've locked the car, then you won't be able to drive it for the second time. So they'll have to call you again and go through that whole process again. So the second test I wanted to do is to understand the timeout period for the app. Traditionally, if you unlock the car using the key fob, it will lock itself back up after 30 seconds of inactivity. So I wanted to see whether the exact same thing will happen if I was to unlock the car using the phone app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to unlock the car, and we're going to leave it for 30 seconds and find out what's going to happen after 30 seconds. Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds, and as you can see, the car is still unlocked. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave the car for a little bit longer and see if it locks itself after a certain period of time. So, see what happens. Ooh, it's locked. Okay, so we're at the 2-minute mark, and as you can see, the car has just locked itself. So we've done some tests, and we've discovered that as long as you open the door within that 2 minutes, the car will actually remain unlocked. However, there are people online saying that you can only start the car within 4 minutes of the car being unlocked. And we've done a couple of tests and we can confirm that it is true. So now what happens if someone gets into your car within that 4-minute period and drives away? Is there anything that you can do on the app to prevent that person from driving away? So now the car is over there, I'm going to let the thief steal it. So I'm going to unlock the car now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop in.
And you can hop in and steal the car.
Jumping in now, being an absolute thief.
Okay, so before we start, we are in a secure area, so we're not putting anyone in danger. As you can see, the thief is now stealing my car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and stop him just by using my phone app. So what I'll get you to do is after this corner, I'm going to press the off button and see what happens.
Yeah, copy, give me a countdown.
So I'm gonna try and turn the car off.
In 3, 2, 1. Car is still moving and I have full control, but the air conditioning is on full right now for some reason.
So that says air conditioning is on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it off. So I tried turning it off and it says turning off AC failed.
Alright, in that case I'm going to turn it off from where I am. Right now it's set to 25 degrees and full force. So I still have control of the features within the car.
It seems like I'm not able to stop the car from my phone, but what I'm going to do is, say for example, if the thief is stopped at a traffic light, I just wanted to see if the car is stationary, whether we'll be able to stop him.
Okay, so what I'm going to simulate now is if you were to come to a stop, say for example if you're at a traffic light, I'm going to see if I can turn the car off once you're stationary.
Yeah, copy, gonna come to a stop right now.
Okay, so now that he's stationary, I'm going to try and turn the car off.
And it's still saying turning off AC failed.
So what that means is if the thief does come to a stop, there's still no way for me to stop the car. So I guess
So even right now, the car is in drive. I have my foot on the brake, but even though you've pressed the button to turn off the car, it's still running.
Okay, and then I'll just get you to take off again if you can. Alright then, I guess the next thing I wanted to try is
if, say for example, you come to a stop and you put the car in park and see whether I'll be able to turn it off.
Yeah, copy, we'll give that a go. Coming to a stop here. The car is in park now and my foot is off the brake.
Okay, so now I'm going to try and turn it off.
Car has turned off.
Okay, so as you can see, the car is turned off there. But what I wanted to see is even after having turned off, whether he'll be able to start the car up again and go for a drive. So I'll get you to start the car if you can.
The car has started.
Can you put it in drive?
And drive away.
Yep.
Oh, so even after me turning the car off, he still have the ability to be able to start the car and drive off. So what I might do this time is I'll get you to stop here again, simulating that you have parked the car. But this time, not only will I turn it off, I'm going to lock the car.
Yeah, righto.
Okay, and the car in park.
Car is in park. Foot is off the brake.
Now I'm going to try and turn it off. And then this time I'm going to lock the car as well. So putting the car in lock.
So the car is locked. The motors are turned off. Everything's turned off within the car, but the air is circulating.
Are you able to turn on the car and drive away?
No. Foot's on the brake, pressing the start button, and it's coming up saying, "No key detected, please start the vehicle after putting the key close to the RF reader."
Okay, so what that means is if anyone do happen to steal your car, you will need to be able to catch it at the right moment where they put it in park, turn it off and lock the car, so now they're stuck inside. Okay, so now theoretically you're stuck inside. What happens if you try to press the unlock door button?
So if I'm pressing the button itself, that's on the right hand side door, nothing happens, car stays locked.
I'm guessing at this point if I was to open up the actual door using the lever, the alarm will most likely go off.
Let's give that a try.
Up and out.
Okay. That was a good test.
Yeah, it was. Pretty surprised by how you're able to actually still drive away with the car so long as it's not in park.
Yeah, so I guess it goes to show that there are somewhat of a loophole at the moment. In order to solve this issue, I think it's going to be very similar to Tesla, where even when you unlock the car, you will need to put in a PIN code to be able to drive the car away. But yeah, it's very interesting, very cool to figure that out. Okay, so for this next one, I wanted to try the different locking and unlocking mechanism, because online there are people saying that you can lock it with your phone, you can't unlock it with a key. If you lock it with your phone, you can't unlock it with the card and the key in the phone. But today I've got all three here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the whole list and we're going to try it out and do all the combos just to see what we can and can't do. So the first one is going to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock the car with a phone, and I'm going to try and lock it with a key. So I'm going to go unlock with a phone. So it's unlocked with a phone, and then I'm going to go and try and lock it with a key, and it's locked. And then I might do a unlock with a card. That works. And then I'm going to lock it with a phone. That works as well. And what about unlocking with a key? And then locking it with a card. That works as well. So I guess what that shows is all these three locking and unlocking mechanism is interchangeable, so you can do locking, unlocking, regardless of the order or the sequence. So now what I'm going to do is, I wanted to try another thing, is if I was to leave the key and card here, so say for example, if I'm just using my phone to drive my car and I'm not bringing any card or key with me, whether I can just unlock it from the phone. Of course you can. But then what happens is, if, for instance, I've left my phone in the car, whether I can lock it with a button. So as you can see, I can lock it with a button, but can I then, oh shit, left my phone in there. Unlock it. You can't. So what you've done now is you've just locked yourself out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, grab my key back, and go rescue my phone. But another thing is, theoretically you can't do that with a key. And what I mean by that is, for example, if I leave my key in the car, this button shouldn't work, and it shouldn't let me lock the car, lock the key in the car. So if I do lock, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it can sense that the key is in the car. But the weird thing is, even though it's using the proximity, knowing that the key is in the car, I can actually lock the car with an app. And I've actually discovered that by accident, because last time I had the key with me, I had the phone with me, I left the car, and then I was able to lock the car even though the key is still inside the car. So at the moment, you know, theoretically speaking, if the car is now locked, and I can't unlock the car using the button either. So yeah, oddly enough, even though it uses proximity to not let me lock the car, it doesn't use proximity to let me not lock the car with the phone and or the button. So that's good to know. So I'm going to unlock it now with my phone and rescue the key. So I guess my suggestion here is, if you're ever going to be using your phone to lock and unlock to drive your car, it's probably a good idea to also bring an to bring the NFC card with you, so you don't lock yourself out if you ever leave the phone in the car and you got a good habit of locking your car using this button. So for this last one, I wanted to test if the BYD app will work if there's no reception. So I know Tesla uses local connectivity such as Bluetooth in order to lock and unlock the car. So even in a basement car park like this, they will still work. So at the moment, as you can see, we're in a basement car park and I've got my app. So I'm going to open up my app and we're going to see if it's going to work, even if there is no reception. As soon as I opened up the app, it's telling me that there's a network error. And it's actually having issues loading. So what I'm assuming is because now the car does not have reception, but also my phone does not have a reception. So this is why it's not actually opening up the app. But then what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and bring the phone up to the ground level where there is reception and see whether I'll be able to control the car. Okay, now I'm on the street level now where there is reception on my phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the unlock button. At the moment where Talan is, there's no reception. So what I'm going to do, Talan, is I'm going to press the unlock button. Let me know if anything happens. Press the unlock button. Oh, it says weak network signal around the vehicle. Please try again. All right, so unfortunately, when your car is parked in the basement level where there is no reception, your app is not going to work. So make sure that if you are using your app to start, unlock your car, you bring an NFC card with you, otherwise it's not going to work. If you found this video helpful, make sure you share it with your BYD friends, or if you've got any questions or any things that you'd like for us to get tested, make sure you leave it down in the comment section below and we'll put it to the test. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next one.